Gurinder. Firstly, welcome to Birmingham. Make some noise one more time.
Gurinder Chadha! Right. When you made Bend It Like Beckham, you wanted the film to reflect the British Asian experience. Yes. It has transcended generations. Did you expect it to be such a phenomenon? Why did you want to work with B21 at the time?
Well, I didn't expect it to be what it became. None of us did, right? I mean, but what happened was, in the wedding scene, I really wanted an absolute banger, because I wanted a song that not only celebrated what was going on in the wedding, but also on the football pitch. And this one song, at the time, you know the song, right? That was the song that encapsulated that sense of joy and the different sides of who you are. And the thing that sold it for me was the very intro, which is, this song is coming at you like Mr. Kipling, exceedingly good.
See, we had better ones. We had coming like awful fruits, made to make your mouth water. That didn't make it. Oh, coming like Pesta, here to do Resta. I think there's a reason they didn't make it.
I think you chose the better one.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with it.
But if you'd grown up in Britain with that advert of Mr. Kipling, right, that meant something. And then to see you guys put that at the front of your song.
And not get sued.
And not get sued.
Made it so British at the same time, though.
Made it British Asian, and it made it for us. So that was a song for us, and even now, it's played at every single wedding I go to. And even if I'm exhausted, I will still get up and dance to that. And you know that because I sent you a video of me dancing to it.
Many videos of Gurinder when she's having dance at a wedding.
Well, cut to 24 years later, you decided to then put Jassi in your most recent film, Christmas Karma, ladies and gentlemen, and that was an amazing success. So, Jassi, tell us about that, because you made your solo debut in a film.
Yeah, it was Gurinder rang me, she goes, "I got a song, can you sing it?" And I went, I missed out on Bend It Like Beckham because at the time we just broke up, so I didn't get to do that. I came on my own for the red carpet, if I remember. I kind of hid in the corner. So I thought, I'll do this film with Gurinder, I'm going to take my kids and my wife to the red carpet, and yeah. And what happens? When she releases it, I'm in India for wedding season. So I missed another one. Gurinder, we need a third film. I'll get it right this time.
Definitely. But
or even a part two of the first one, maybe.
One thing I do want to say is the day that we shot the scene of Jassi, it was in Chiswick. It was the Working Man's Club in Chiswick, right, on the river. And we were doing the whole wedding that day, and it was chaos because it was a wedding. So a lot of the people were extras, but also all my family in the audience. And we didn't have a lot of time because it was a low budget film. No one knew it was going to make the money it did for everyone else, not me, but anyway.
Or me.
But with the band, now, you know, I don't know if I'm allowed to say this or not, being a director, I had to direct this band. And one of the problems I was having was a couple of the members of the band were like, flying high, should we say, you know? A lot of wacky going on. And I'm like, I'm going to shoot this scene. These guys need to be on camera. And Jassi, bless him, really stepped up to the professional plate. If you watch the film now, you'll see that Jassi is there right on camera, singing. His lips are in time to the music. Sadly, his mates are a bit off, you know. I had to cut round that. You'll see that. I had to cut round that. But really, Jassi made that happen, you know. And at that time, you know, the guys.
Ready for being an alcoholic and not something else.
But B21 was such a huge band at the time. And I think young people today, they don't realise, I was just talking shit about this up there, God bless you shit. Young people today don't realise how exciting it was for us to see B21, see DCS, see Hero, see a lot, walk into those places knowing that your parents don't want you to be there, knowing that you've got to go home, you know, and start
Catch the bus.
Catch the bus, walking in at 11 o'clock and knowing you're going to have a great time with your own people and your own music. It was so exciting, and I think so many people take it for granted today. And so I think that is the real legacy for you today, Jassi, is you made that whole era so exciting for a lot of people, including me. And I really hope that today when we celebrate you, people understand what that was like back then, because now they've got it so easy.
Just some final words from you, because when we think of pioneers in the UK and around the world for British Asians, you are up there, absolute trailblazer. And having worked at Jassi B21 and had that journey with them, what final words would you like to say to Jassi for this big night tonight?
Enjoy it. Life is short, you know, life is short. What I love about Jassi is when I do talk to him, he talks about his kids, he talks about his family, he talks about his wife. Last week I was in Birmingham, it was his daughter's birthday party at the Salt Centre, and I was like, can I crash it? He said, come. He's a family man, you know, and people say to me, what do you like about Jassi's voice? And I said, well, if you've met the man, you know he's always smiling. You know he's always happy. And that's what you hear in his voice, is that happiness. So, good luck to you. Have a brilliant evening. I love you.
Give it up for Gurinder Chadha!
One more time, put your hands together, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much.
And Ameet, do you still really like Beckham?
Always like Beckham. Victoria Beckham, I never said which one. Never said which one. Gurinder, thank you so much. One more time, ladies and gentlemen, big round of applause for Gurinder Chadha. So, jumping ahead, Jassi, after years of success with B21, you made the difficult decision to leave the group and embark on a solo career. And for many fans, including me, it was a huge shock. And actually, a big shock to the industry as well, because you guys changed the industry, and then went your separate ways. But that gamble paid off, because the debut album was Reality Check. And it established you as a successful solo artist, proving that your story was only just at the beginning of your musical journey. New music, new collaborations, and a new chapter that will take you around the world with this album, ladies and gentlemen. Reality Check, the first solo album by Jassi Sidhu.
And one person who has witnessed that chapter firsthand is with us tonight. He's a household name. Give it up for Rishi Rich!
So Rishi, aside from the antics and the amazing up and down the country adventures that we had together, you were part and parcel of being pivotal in being part of Jassi's solo career.
Yes.
Jassi started working with individual producers, and it came to you and you worked with him. Talk about that first time that you collaborated with Jassi.
Well, let's just all give it up for Jassi Sidhu. What a legend. And if anyone knows how to make keema, bring it for him today after, yeah? Well, we worked together on the Mahi remix, actually, that featured Mentor. So that was my first introduction to Jassi. And then Reality Check came, and it was just fun. You were part of that, you know? Jassi came down to London, and it was such an honor for me, because, you know, I think he's got one of the finest voices in our industry around the world, and we just clicked. And, you know, I was going through a great stage of just making Punjabi R&B music, and, you know, we had some great times.
You have helped launch the career of so many artists. I want to hear some cheers when I say these names. Jay Shaw, Jackie G, Veronica. What was it like working with Jassi?
It was really fun. You know, it was very fun working with him. We got on really, we're like family. You know, Ameet was part of that. Like I said, he was there. He was like my third wheel, just there. Maybe he wasn't there.
A bit like now.
A bit like now, yeah. But it was great. You know, like for me, working with artists has always been like one of the first artists I worked with who is in the building. Don D from Najina is around here. You know, and him and Veronica were the first artists, and they are family, and Jassi felt the same. And I'm being honest, you know, like he stayed at my house and we worked on these beautiful pieces of music together.
It never really felt like work though, did it? Because whenever I spoke to you guys, like what you're doing here in the studio, you're like, oh, we're just about to go out for a drink. What are you saying? We've done the track.
We managed to make music in between drinking.
Yeah. It's like the track was 2 hours and there was a 12 hours of drinking afterwards.
I think one thing that Jassi won't do is tell us just how hard it must have been to get to where you are today. So what does it take to launch a solo career like Jassi?
It takes a lot of guts. You know, you're walking away from something which is so successful, and you have to bet on yourself, really. And that's what he did. You know, he went away, found his sound, found his producers, and that takes a real artist to kind of say, okay, I want this producer, that producer. You know, I'm not going to do anything that sounds like what I've done before. I want to create my own sound, his own name. There's only one Jassi Sidhu. You know, this is why we're here, 30 years in the game. You know, and it's I think a lot of artists should take a lot of notes from this man about how to kind of like, you know what, bet on yourself. Believe in yourself. As an artist, it's so different for a producer, but yeah. And it's been great to see his journey.
Just before we let Rishi go, talk very briefly about your experience working with Rishi as a producer.
We used to sit in his living room, hungover, making songs on the go. What was it, that room?
Miko.
Yeah, it was just fun at the time. You were riding the crest all the way from Bend It. Reality check was massive. Rishi was the hottest. We had the best time, the best memories, and it was just, again, that Punjabi top era of UK. We had the best time. It was an honour to be part of it.
We are going to hear from Rishi later, which will be very exciting. Are you excited?
I just want to say, ladies and gentlemen, he doesn't perform like this normally. I've dragged him out for this. So today you're getting a very, very exclusive performance by Mr. Rishi Rich.
Thank you so much.
Ladies and gentlemen, give it up one more time for Rishi Rich.
Thank you.